222. Today is February 22nd. I love the number 222. It means loving and connecting and sharing your purpose and just being a beneficial presence on the planet. This is Dr. CJ Benkert. It's been a while. How is everybody doing? Let me know if you're watching live, if you're watching after the fact, #2. If you're watching live, #1. What do you want to know about health and nutrition? What do you want to know about living your most amazing, best life here on the planet? You have a purpose. You matter. Today I wanted to take a few minutes to describe the cause of all disease, dis-ease. There's too many people out there that are suffering, that are weight loss resistant. We all have loved ones that have cancer, have had cancer. What is going on in the world today? What's going on in the world today is we are being inundated with more toxins than ever before. And if you don't have a good, effective, safe, natural way to get toxins, not just out of your body, but out of your cell, you're never going to get well. So I wanted to just start off with the very basics. Most of you know that one of my main mentors is Dr. Daniel Pompa. He is the cellular healing, cellular detox, father of cellular healing, cellular detox. I am recertifying with him. I am taking a 6-month course on cellular healing, cellular detoxification. Even though I've been training with him for 15 years, I can always learn more. We're always advancing in our knowledge. We're always improving the natural strategies that are scientifically valid along with ancient healing strategies to allow you to get over the thyroid disease, to get over the weight loss resistance, to reverse diabetes. So let's just start with the basics. We are made up of 50 to 100 trillion cells. Everything that happens in your body happens in your cells. So this is a cell, and these little, whatever you want to call it, I'm drawing a blank. These little doodads are representative of your hormone receptors. Okay, so let's just draw the cell. That is a cell membrane. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to use black. This is a cell. We all have cells in our body. Yeah, that's better. And the cell has a lipid bilayer. So there's 2 layers of fats in the cell. Right? I became a doctor because in high school, my favorite class was cellular biology. And here I am now, 61 years old, still teaching, or still inundated or passionate about the cell. So here's a cell, lipid bilayer. Okay? That's a healthy cell. Now, this lipid bilayer, this cellular membrane, taught by Dr. Bruce Lipton, we think the intelligence of the cell is in the DNA. We think that we are doomed by our genetics, but it's not the DNA. The intelligence of the cell actually lies on the cell membrane. Dr. Bruce Lipton theorized, and it's now been proven, that the intelligence of the body actually lies on the cell membrane, not in the genes. In fact, if you take a cell in a petri dish and you take out the DNA, the nucleus, that cell still lives. But if you take away the cell membrane, that cell dies. So this is a healthy cell, 2 layers of fat, okay? Now a good healthy cell allows the good stuff to come in and allows the bad stuff, like waste products, oxidation, toxins, out. But what happens in most Americans, this is what's going on when I sit down with new patients in my clinic on a daily basis. Most Americans, and this is why you don't feel well. You want to know why you don't feel well? You want to know why you can't lose the weight? You want to know why you feel like crap and they're saying your thyroid's bad, but your blood values still come back normal? Because we are facing an epidemic of cellular inflammation. We have inflammation on the cell membrane, which is keeping the good stuff from coming in, like vitamin D and good healthy food, and it's keeping the bad stuff, waste products, inflammation, and toxins from getting out of the cell. Okay, what causes inflammation? The top 3 causes of inflammation are toxins, bad fats, like canola oil, get them out of your pantry. And the third is processed sugar and grain. Those are the 3 main things that cause inflammation on the cell membrane. Okay, why does that matter? That matters because, let's pick a darker color. We have hormone receptors on our cell. In fact, average cell has about 20,000 hormone receptors. These hormone receptors attach to this lipid bilayer called lipid rafts, made primarily of saturated fats and cholesterol. These receptors are also called IMPs, intermedullary or intermembrane proteins. So the receptors, when you have inflammation on your membrane, don't work. And when your receptors aren't working, the good stuff can't come in, because this would be like a thyroid receptor, thyroid hormone receptor. Or maybe this receptor is an insulin receptor. So if you're a diabetic and your insulin receptors aren't working, insulin cannot bring sugar into the cell. So any of these receptors that aren't working properly because of cellular inflammation, because of toxins, bad fats, processed sugar and grain, these receptors now are not carrying the normal messages. Everything that happens in your body happens because of hormones. Feeling good, burning fat, making energy, being sleepy so you can go to bed at night and sleep well. Everything happens because of hormones. They're the chemical messengers of the body. So if these receptors aren't working properly, the cell membrane's not healthy, that in turn will affect your DNA. And it'll actually turn on diseased genes. It'll turn on hypothyroidism. It'll turn on cancer. It's not that you have bad genes, it's the cellular inflammation affecting the hormone receptors, creating a change in the DNA. And not only do we have the outside cellular membrane, the nucleus has a membrane as well, and there can be inflammation on the nuclear membrane. And then even as important, if not more important, is we have the mitochondria in the cell, which makes energy and ATP. They have a membrane as well. And the mitochondria membrane, if it's inflamed, because of the same reason the outer membrane is inflamed, toxins, bad fats, and processed sugar and grain, you're not going to make energy. So when energy starts going down, you feel tired. And when energy goes down, toxins can't get out of the cell, because everything that happens in your body requires energy. And then we also have the endoplasmic reticulum, which is like the pathway or the freeways of the cell. They have a membrane. So if you don't fix your cell, if you don't reduce inflammation on the cell by knowing how to get the toxins out of your body, how to get them out of the cell, so that the toxins get stuck in the cell membrane. These are toxins. When they get stuck in the cell membrane, the receptors don't work. They become what we call blunted, and they don't work anymore. So if you don't know how to fix a cell, if you're not addressing the true cause of disease, which is cellular health, and that's what I do. I focus on cellular healing. When we take people through weight loss programs, nutrition programs, everything that I recommend for my patients is based on fixing the cell, addressing the true cause of why people aren't getting well. Hey Gina, so if you're taking a thyroid hormone, I don't care what's out here. This is out here in the blood, right? So let's say you have all kinds of iron and you have thyroid hormones out here circulating in the blood. It doesn't matter what your blood values show up. The blood values might show, oh, I've got plenty of thyroid hormone. But if the thyroid receptor isn't working because of cellular inflammation, the thyroid's not going to go in the cell to make energy. So it doesn't matter how much vitamin D you take. It doesn't matter how healthy you're eating. This is the outside bloodstream. If you're not addressing the health of the cell membrane specifically and getting this membrane cleaned up, removing toxins safely, that's what we do in the clinic. Teaching you what are the good fats, what are the bad fats, that's what I do. Talking to you about processed food, sugar and grain, that's one of the first things we take people off of, because we have to address the true cause, the cellular cause of disease, so people can start feeling better. So that is, if you want to fix the cell, if you want to get well, you must fix the cell. And I just thought it was really important to share that with you today. If you have any questions about your specific condition and how this would apply to you, just reach out to me, put something in the comments. You guys know I'm always here to love you and support you and serve you. And again, I just want you to know, you matter. Your life matters. And if you don't feel well, if you're not healthy, how can you fulfill your purpose? How can you really give to the people that you love and care about? All right, this is Dr. CJ Benkert with Pura Vida Wellness, loving you, inspiring you, and motivating you to live your best, most purest life in mind, body, heart, and spirit at a cellular level. Bye-bye.